Headlines most affecting Chilliwack this week. While the province still doesn't know who's going to govern, the Conservatives sweep Chilliwack. Another atmospheric river and another rain record. A chopper accident at Chilliwack Airport, and runners gave their all in the rain around Cultus Lake. Alex will have more in sports. Our guests this week include Berta Zdril from the Rotary book sale. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. So the initial count is complete in all electoral districts across the province. Election BC preparing to administer the final count for the 2024 provincial election. So under the Elections Act, the final count can't begin until at least the fourth day after the final voting day. Candidates cannot officially be declared until after the final count is complete. Here's the catch. That could be anywhere from October 26th to the 28th, sometime this weekend. Now, there will be 2 recounts. Neither one of them is in the Fraser Valley. At the conclusion of the initial count, voter turnout was 57.4%. That is up from 2020. That was 53.8% of registered voters. Now, at the close of the initial count, 2,037,000 ballots were cast. That's the most ever in a provincial election. The previous record was 1.9 million back in 2017. The new MLAs in Chilliwack ridings, well, the Conservatives, Alia Warbus for Chilliwack Cultus Lake, she defeated the NDP's Kelly Padden. Conservative Heather Maws beat the NDP incumbent Dan Coulter. As was the case 4 years ago when Coulter had to resign from being the chair of the Chilliwack School Board. Now it's Maws, who is a school trustee. She will have to resign. And yes, a by-election is expected to be called in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, Tony Luck from Fraser Nicola won that riding, which includes Harrison, Agassiz, and Kent. The cleanup continues after the atmospheric river. New records were set in Pitt Meadows, White Rock, Langley, Chilliwack, Abbotsford, as well as Agassiz, and new daily rainfall records for October the 19th. Well, 89.1 millimeters on Chilliwack. That broke the old record of 72.6 millimeters. That was set back in 1956. And streams of muddy water were washing away homeless camps along 4 service roads near Ford Mountain Correctional Institution. That's just off Chilliwack Lake Road, as well as the homeless camp off Sweltzer Creek by the Vetter Bridge. Details remain scarce after the October 17th accident at Chilliwack Airport. A helicopter clipped a building that's owned by Joint Air Flight Training, ironically, for helicopters. Chilliwack Airport Authority telling chillTV nobody was hurt. Damage was minimal. Chilliwack Fire has turned over this investigation to the TSB, the Transportation Safety Board. A rep from Furcus Aircraft said and told chillTV they heard the bang, but they couldn't see the actual chopper. The annual First Poppy ceremony kicking off the 2024 Remembrance Day Poppy campaign in Chilliwack is coming up. Mayor Ken Popoff and members of the Legion will be at the All Sappers Cenotaph on Friday, and as always, donations go to provide services for veterans. Chilliwack Hospice Society hosting its annual memorial celebration on Monday, November the 18th at the Vineyard Community Center on Wellington, which is the same building that is our home here at chillTV. It is called a time of reflection and support in the company of others whose loved ones have died. The annual memorial celebration is for anyone who is grieving, whether the death occurred recently or a number of years ago. The annual Chilliwack Rotary 2024 indoor book sale starts this Sunday on the 27th, rolls till November the 2nd at Heritage Park. Since 1984, the Rotary Club of Chilliwack has held their book sale to raise funds for the community and for international projects. In 2020, they started having a one-day outdoor sale to supplement the week-long book sale in the fall. So, Berta Zdril will, as always, be with us in just a moment to give us more details of the upcoming book sale. And join the Chilliwack Metropolitan Orchestra for a fun-filled evening of music, as this is appropriate for the autumn season. Soprano Crystal Hicks will be returning and will sing various performances and pieces including Autumn Leaves and Amazing Grace. That'll be Saturday, October the 26th at the Chilliwack Cultural Center. So coming up, our preview of the Rotary book sale, and then running in the Cultus rain. Alex will have that in sports. This week continues with what we call now a tradition. And Berta Zdril from the Rotary, you're back for the second time this year.
Yes.
We've already had the indoor Rotary book sale. Now it's the outdoor Rotary book sale. This one is...
Opposite way.
Oh, right. This one's the indoor.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you. But this one, is this the biggest event on the calendar when it comes to raising money for Rotary and the projects?
This is the biggest event. 75% of all the club funds come from this book sale.
Yeah. And what does what are the projects that come along with this? Because we all get caught up with, let's go to the books, let's go get the videos and the CDs and such, but we kind of forget which programs are involved with this.
Well, we've done some, did a educational gazebo out at Blue Heron, and we've done some planting there. There's also projects of libraries down in Peru, and there's some other international projects coming on, and then just more community projects too.
Now, the nuts and bolts of this one, of the fall indoor sale, it's not a one-nighter. It starts this Sunday?
It starts on October the 27th. And it goes to November the 2nd. And it's at Heritage Park. And it will be from 10 in the morning till 6 at night. And
once we find our parking spot, because it's always a challenge, especially that first one, when we walk in, how overwhelmed are we going to be? What are we going to see?
You're going to be very overwhelmed. For the one thing is there's no entrance fee. So you don't have to pay an entrance fee. When you do the parking, we are going to have some of our Interact members there, and they'll be asking for a donation for parking, and that's their fundraiser that they do for their projects that they want to do.
That's Rotary Interact?
Yeah, Rotary Interact.
And what do they do? Because a lot of people, again, don't know.
They've been doing some... they're looking at some in international projects, I think, too. And some other community projects, too. Plus, then they help us with our projects, too. Okay.
Now, you got some notes. We got to make sure that we cover everybody. Yeah. And this is where we hold up product placement.
This is our price. So, I mean, we go from $2 to $4. I mean, you can buy just a ton of books for that. And the nice thing, too, is when you buy the books and you finish reading them, then you just drop them off at our warehouse on Wolf Road, and we recircle them around. Any of the books that we have left over, some of them will go to Big Brothers, and Big Brothers will recycle them. So we're not filling up the landfills.
Exactly.
Is what we want. The other thing we have this year is when you come in, we're asking for a survey. And for doing our survey this year, you're going to scan the code here, and you'll be answering some questions. And we have some fabulous gift cards. So each day, there's going to be a different gift card given. We've got some for Minter Gardens. We've got the Owl and Cat book. So we've got lots of interesting things for that, too.
Cash, plastic, what can we do?
Cash, plastic is the good. Also, it's also good to bring your own bag, and that we do have some little book bags that will be for sale for $1. But it always brings something to carry everything in, and we will have some carts going around and people to help you. If you've got a big load of books, we'll help you, and we can put them to the side until you're all finished.
Now, I know some people think that they can help out, but please do not bring donations.
No donations on the day of the sale. We look forward to anything that's coming in after November the 3rd into our 2 bins again. And the other thing is, once you're at the sale, if you have any questions, just, there'll be a lot of Rotarians around that you can ask your question. And we're always looking for volunteers to come and help us sort the books. It takes us, we start again right by November 3rd. We'll be sorting books again and getting them all ready for our next sale.
Yeah, and it's perpetual now.
Yeah.
I think we've covered everything, and again, with the parking issue, just be very patient because you won't be the only one, and make sure you get those big grocery bags because trust me, I usually bring in 2. I usually leave with 2 full ones. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Berta, as always, big thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching This Week.
Hey Chilliwack, here's your sports update. Starting with the 2024 Give or Take 30 trail race around Cultus Lake became an extraordinary test of endurance as an atmospheric river drenched the region with nearly 100 millimeters of rain, turning the course into a mud-soaked challenge. Runners who traveled the 30 kilometers around Cultus Lake, either solo or as part of a relay, faced slippery trails, swollen streams, and some knee-deep puddles. The complete list of runners and times are on the race's social media. Jazz Deep Dollywall and the UFV women's Cascades soccer team bounced back from a 6-1 defeat on Friday afternoon in Chilliwack to finish off their season strong with a 2-1 victory over the UNBC Timberwolves on Seniors Day in Abbotsford on Sunday. With the win, the young Cascades squad finishes their season in 7th place in the Pacific Division with a 3-9-2 record. With UFV men's soccer, Mateo Brasinia picking up a goal and an assist on Friday night in a 4-2 loss to the UBC Thunderbirds before Jackson Caux and the Cascades claimed a 2-1 victory over the University of Victoria on Sunday afternoon. Brasinia's 2 points gave him 17 points on the season, breaking Gurman Jaja's single-season program record of 15. Brasinia also finished the season as the conference leader in both goals and assists. The Cascades now get set for the Canada West quarterfinal, where they will take on the Calgary Dinos on Friday at UBC. The game is set for 4 p.m. Pacific time and can be seen both in person and live on Canada West TV. The UFV women's volleyball team picked up a pair of victories in the opening weekend set against the Alberta Pandas. The Cascades enacted a bit of revenge as the team picked up a 3-set and 4-set victory over the Pandas in rematches of last season's Canada West bronze medal match. The Cascades were ranked 6th in the annual Canada West coaches poll, while the Pandas were ranked number 2 in the preseason. The UFV men's volleyball team dropped a pair of matches to the Alberta Golden Bears as they started their 2024-25 season on Friday and Saturday at the UFV Athletic Center. The Cascades dropped a 4-set decision on Friday before falling in 3 sets on Saturday to start the season 0-2. Now, you Huskers fans won't want to hear this, but the Okanagan Sun were able to ride the legs of kicker Liam Atwood and running back Elon Noah to a thrilling 23-17 victory over the West Shore Rebels in the Cullen Cup Championship on a cool, drizzly afternoon at the Apple Bowl. Atwood snapped a 17-17 tie with a pair of field goals from 31 and 26 yards out in the fourth quarter to provide the margin of victory. The Sun traveled to Regina to play the Thunder for the Western CJFC title this Sunday. That's been your sports. Coming up, Cari with the weather.
Chilliwack weekend weather. So, Cari, are we expecting a typical end for October weather?
Hey Chilliwack, we are on the new Chilliwack Community Services Breezeway. The P is going up. This is quite an historical day. Our weather for this weekend is going to be nasty. Lots of rain, temperatures not much above 12 degrees. Next week, sun, cloud, and some rainy periods in between, so typical fall weather. Here's a fun fact, November 24th is United Nations Day. It's the day we signed the UN Declaration in 1945. Back to you, Don.
Thanks, Cari, and thank you for watching. If you have a local news story you'd like us to report on, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Stay dry. I'm Don Lehn.